It seems like every time I do one of these videos, there's always a big hill. Look at this. Every time. One of the reasons why I love being alone the most is creativity. It allows me to be more creative, I get more done. I feel like I'm more productive. Kind of like the whole isolation feeling. Crazy artist, alone, in isolation, creating things away from the world. So that's probably one of the number one reasons why I love being alone. But another reason why I like being alone is because it's peaceful. It's quiet. I find my solitude in being alone, because there is a difference between solitude and loneliness. I'm going to talk about that. But for me, I just feel really... I'm about to get in the sunlight, hold on. So what I was trying to say is solitude is very peaceful. It's quiet. I get to know myself even more. I get to meditate. I'm not influenced by others and stuff like that. So one of the things that I've noticed being alone is that you find so much joy, with yourself, and you don't really no longer need any influence from the outside world to make you happy or joyful. You don't have to search for things to make you happy or the next activity. A lot of people who don't like to be alone, they may be looking for something to do, or the next thing to pick them up, to make them joyful, to make them happy. But when you actually learn to be alone, it's really nice. Maybe you guys can relate to this, but when you're in a relationship and it just seems like the other person depends on you, or it can be vice versa, you depend on the other person to make you happy. There are birds everywhere over here, sorry. There's a bluebird. But yeah, so that's one of the benefits of being alone, is that you no longer depend on others to make you happy. You're happy in your own company, you're joyful in your own company. So now when you enter, a relationship, you're not entering a relationship to depend on somebody. You hear a lot of times people say, "You complete me." But in reality, it should be, "You compliment me." Like, what I'm trying to say is, you want to feel complete by yourself before you get into a relationship. And this way, when you enter one, it's kind of like so pure, and you're so joyful by yourself that now you get to share that joy, that joyfulness with somebody else and experience that together, versus you entering a relationship, or they, whoever, whatever. Oh, what can I get out of this person? How can you make me happy? I can elaborate on that a little bit more, but I really want to talk about some other benefits of being alone. So I think I said it earlier, but I don't know if I'm going to use that take or not. Kind of just how it is, Like, I'm not a perfect speaker or whatever, so. But what I said was, you or I love being alone because you get to know yourself and who you truly are. A lot of us think we know who we are. And again, I'm gonna turn around. It's getting loud over there, the road. A lot of us may think we know who we are. And I don't want to offend anyone. But until you're really alone, that's when you really figure out who you truly are inside. Like deep, 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 deep within yourself. Or deep inside, that's that's when you figure out who you are. And what I mean by this is every day we're constantly taking in information on TV, movies, social media. That's probably the big one there. Everything that you take in becomes a part of who you are in a way. It kind of programs you. Whether you believe that or not, kind of is true. When you listen to music, your brain enters a certain state, and it becomes part of you. You're being programmed with your subconscious, for lack of better words. Your subconscious is being programmed, but a lot of people don't realize that when they're watching movies and TV, listening to music. But if you take a step, or you take a step back, and you just look at people who listen to a certain kind of music, it's pretty obvious, And I'm not stereotyping or nothing like that. No labels, nothing like that. So, when you don't have any outside influences and people constantly around you, society, all these things that just constantly, I'm not, kind of attacking you, but I'm not going to say that. Just said it. You may think, like I said, you know who you are, but once all that shit, once all of that shuts down, or if you turn everything off for a week, or you go through some hard times, even jail time, prison time, anything difficult, any of those things, you're gonna find out who you are. Isolation. Something a little more basic. Being alone will, you'll find that you're more patient with others, with yourself. You're more kind. You're more loving for others. It just happens naturally. Also, usually when people are alone, they're not just... I think for the most part, people are making a decision, or the decision to be alone. Meaning they want to find themselves anyway, or they want to unplug from the matrix. So with that, you're going to be meditating usually. Mostly people will find themselves in a spiritual practice. And that's another major benefit of being alone, is that you get to have some time for yourself and practice your spirituality. Find out what it means to be, here. Why are we here? Who are we? You start researching things. You start waking up. You start figuring out that everything that you thought matters or mattered, it doesn't matter. Hopefully that's not too dark. There's so many benefits to meditation. It's a whole video by itself. But that is one of the benefits of being alone, that you have more time for yourself, practice spirituality, just really connect with your higher self and with source. You start learning things that haven't been taught. You start to realize that everything that you have been taught, good 95, I say a good 95%, possibly higher, things that you've been taught is not legit or the whole truth. So yeah, major benefit to being alone. Spirituality. There's an Apache helicopter flying above me right now. Really quick, along with the spirituality, meditation benefits to being alone, I wanted to say also that that you become more conscious and you become more aware. First of all, what is being conscious? Being conscious is pretty self-explanatory, but you won't believe how many people are doing things unconsciously or subconsciously. Being conscious is basically doing everything that aligns with you and with your higher self. Meaning it aligns with you and who you truly are. 100%. Whatever your belief system is, that's your belief system. And as long as it aligns with that, that's what being conscious is all about. Making conscious decisions, whatever it may be: food, sex, relationships, career, pretty much everything. So that will definitely shoot up. Oh, also, as you become more conscious, you just start seeing everything completely different. Like let me slow down. You see the world different. You find yourself looking at the world as an observer and not a participant. It's like watching a movie, and you're just watching a movie. You start to feel detached from things, or detached from worldly things of this matrix, things that don't matter, stuff like that. And you recognize the lies. Like, it sticks out like a sore thumb, to where others around you might see something on TV and they'll believe it wholeheartedly, 100%. But when you see something, hear something, whatever, you're going to question it. You're going to question everything. That's one of the benefits of being alone, or a big benefit of being alone, along with that, the meditation and stuff. Becoming more conscious, super big. Another benefit of being alone is that if you're used to being surrounded by a lot of people or a lot of friends, family, stuff like that, and again, you become more conscious, people are going to start to fall off or out of your life, either naturally or a conscious decision that you make, because you're going to start to realize that a lot of people that you had around you or have around you don't align with who you are anymore. You're a changed person. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. It's better to walk alone than walk with a fool. So I'm by no means saying that you shouldn't have any friends. What I'm trying to say is that, just have good friends around you. A good choice of friends. You want to have friends that support you, love you, cherish you. Basic friend stuff. Friends who don't use you. Friends who don't manipulate you, expect something out of you. You want to have people around you that, I don't want to say make you a better person, but you want to have people around you that don't have any influence on you in a negative way. Sometimes it's hard to cut people out of our lives, or especially like friends and stuff, family as well. But if you don't, it's cool. You just got to be prepared for whatever that comes with it, and don't complain about it. As I became more conscious, that was one thing that was a big challenge for me, was cutting people out of my life who don't align with my beliefs, or I know you guys know what I'm trying to say. But some of the people I had around me were very matrixy. Let's just say that. Living in the lower three chakras, and thinking that's everything. Thinking that money, sex, cars, and stuff like that is everything. It's not. When it came to my mother, that was probably that's a challenge, because she's family. Obviously I'm not going to cut my mother off. But if there's just one person, hey, that's okay with me. So really quick, because I am losing light. I think the sun just went down. Yep. Loneliness. How to get rid of it. Meditation, like I was saying earlier, that will definitely get rid of loneliness. But think of it like this, is that loneliness is kind of like, if you're feeling lonely or have a fear of being lonely, that's kind of like bad company. So it could be yourself, You may find yourself as bad company. Again, not trying to offend anyone. But if you were joyful, then you will be in good company. And therefore, loneliness goes away. So you have to make yourself, not, forcefully. I'm really big on words, by the way, so I try to watch what I say. If I ever say anything out of context, please do not take it, too seriously. But what I'm trying to say is that make yourself joyful. Make yourself someone you want to be around. And the feeling of loneliness will subside and go away naturally. And then you, like I said earlier, I think, but you will love being alone. And just really quick to add on with that, this whole being alone, and I'm just looking at my surroundings right now. If you're alone in your solitude and everything like that, go out into nature. Experience nature by yourself. Turn off all of your cell phones or leave it in the car. And just come out here, Look at this. The birds chirping. It's quiet. It's really nice. It's really peaceful. So, be alone. Spend time in nature. It's really good for you. And closing remarks. Being alone will basically make you no longer a slave to your emotions and your thoughts, because we are not our emotions or our thoughts. And this is something that you learn, So, being alone is like true freedom. It equals true freedom. So, I'm gonna go ahead and walk back to the car now because it's obviously getting dark. But I hope this video provided a little bit of insight for you, and that maybe you took something from it. So hopefully they don't close these gates, because it says from dusk till dawn, and now or is it dawn to dusk? I don't know. But the sun has gone down, and I have to hurry up and get back to the car. So you guys take care. I love you. Have a wonderful, beautiful, and blessed day. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye. This is me still walking back to my car. But I wanted to show you that. Alrighty. There's still 5 cars here, so we're good. I love you guys. Take care.